Great day, kings and queens. Welcome to another conversation with Drew, where this is an honor to be able to come before you guys with this gift, sharing this truth, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding that's allowing me through my experience to become the best version of myself. Prayerfully, that helps you to evolve into becoming the best version of yourself. This is a terrific Tuesday, and it's such a blessing, to be in the area of life where you're truly allowing it to teach you everything that you need to learn, and growing to become the best version of yourself. I hashtag this one, me versus me. This is an incredible title, man, because that's the battle. That's the battle that we're dealing with every single day, whether we want to acknowledge it or accept it or not. We're battling our own selves. We're battling our mindset. Great morning, Queen. We're battling our mindset, and once you understand that, that it was designed to be such, you don't stop, but you start looking for how the true you can win. We're spirits inside of a dirt suit. We're not the physical man. That's just the vehicle, or that's what gives us our legal right in this earth. Once the body died, the spirit never dies. The spirit is eternal. That's who we are, though. But it's so amazing, because I get a lot of inboxes. Great morning, King. I get a lot of inboxes, about certain topics and certain issues. Great morning, Queen. And so I wanted to touch on this because it's so amazing when you recognize that this challenge, to be able to think the right way, to believe the right way, when you understand that, that's where the battle is. The battle is for your faith. The battle is for your belief. The battle is for your mindset. Everything starts with an idea in the earth, from the things that we wear to the things that we drive to the actions we take. Every action is preceded by a thought. And so the battle is with the mind. This is what we have to get in and understand, right? And so I was, asked a question about, just being patient, for marriage. A young lady hit me up yesterday. And so, I wanted to touch on a few things, when in regards to our thinking and the way that we believe. That's why I said the battle is me versus me, man. It's so crazy, And so when you recognize that you're a spirit, right? You begin to understand the makeup of the spirit, the components of a spirit, and we are basically like words, right? That's why words are so powerful. Great morning, Queen. That's why words are so powerful, and that's what I need you guys to understand. When I say that everything is an idea first before it materializes and becomes a physical thing. And so when you understand it, and this is why I'm saying me versus me, because the natural you wants the best for you, right? The natural, their spiritual self, it wants the best for you. The natural physical person has experienced certain things where we can find ourselves settling at times, and that's the challenge. That's the challenge, battling you settling and battling you getting literally everything that you're supposed to get, everything that you were designed to get in this lifetime, right? And so we battle and we go back and forth because we want certain things now. Where the spirit man, he knows, the natural you knows that everything happens in this season, everything happens in this time. And so it's so beautiful when you're able to recognize this, right? And my counselor, Dr. Yeshua, hit me with a principle that was so powerful to help me to recognize who I am. He said, Drew, the words that I speak to you are spirit and they give you life, right? We all grew up and under that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that's an absolute lie. That's why when somebody dogged you out and cussed you out and called you every name up under the sun, it hurt your feelings. Because words really hurt. Because that's who we are. The makeup of who we are is word. The makeup of who we are is literally word, right? That's why it says in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Because the word is the very thing that creates everything in the atmosphere, everything in the earth. And so when you are experiencing these hardships, when you are experiencing these downtimes, when you are going through the hard times in your life, right? The thing is that that's the natural man. The natural man, the physical man are going through these things emotionally. The physical man are going through these things in your conscious mind, right? And so you're battling the fact that your spiritual mindset or your spirit man or who you really are knows that these things are necessary. And so that's why it says things like a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Because when you understand that you are a spirit man, the battle that you're going through between your natural mindset, your conscious mindset, and your spiritual mindset, your unconscious mindset, or your subconscious mindset, you recognize that you then have to be able to put word in order to combat the natural mindset, right? So let me give you an example, right? I love being transparent, right? So I'm walking in celibacy, right? I'm practicing abstinence until I get married, right? And this is what's so powerful, right? I want to be real with you guys, you know what I mean? Because this is how I get my points across, is by being completely candid, right? So me practicing a lifestyle of abstinence, me practicing a lifestyle of celibacy, right? The natural man to say this: hey, Drew, why don't you go ahead and pop that porno in, player? Why don't you go ahead and pull up some porno on your phone, player? You know what I mean? Rub one off, man. You good. At least you ain't going up in nothing. You know what I mean? At least you ain't hitting nothing. You know what I mean? At least you ain't creating no emotions with another woman. You know what I mean? That ain't your wife. Go ahead and, you know what I mean? And slide that porno on your phone, king. You know what I mean? Rub one off. This is what's so crazy, right? Because that's the natural man. The natural man is saying that that's okay. As long as you ain't going up into a woman, that's okay. You know what I mean? So go ahead and slide that porno on your phone. Go ahead and pull it up. You know what I mean? And rub one off. You ain't going in no woman though, right? So you basically ain't breaking the law. This is what it's saying. You're not fornicating. So go ahead and rub one off. But the spiritual man knows that this is how you combat it, right? This is the importance of understanding the power of word, right? Word says, no, there's no condemnation. He said, there's no temptation that's overtaking you that's not common to man. This is why you have to have word, because the natural man is trying to tell you to rub something off. The natural man is saying that you ain't going to get in trouble if you rub something off before God. You know what I mean? This is what the natural man, so that's the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, the spiritual mindset says, nah, that's not correct, right? The spiritual mindset says there is no temptation that's overtaking you that's not common to man. So what that means is that what you are experiencing in the natural realm, that is normal. That's normal for you to experience. But then it says that the Lord God is faithful and won't allow you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. This is the power of having word. This is the power of being able to combat that, right? Because the spiritual man knows that, man, listen, any type of ejaculation, player, whether it's masturbation, whether it's oral sex, anal sex, whatever you do, whatever your thing is wrong. So you have to have this in order to combat that. And that's why it's so important that you understand the difference. People don't know the difference. And so a person who doesn't know that that's wrong, or a person who knows that's wrong and still give into it, you know what I mean, believes like, man, you know what, that is okay. You know what? I ain't going into no woman. You know what I mean? It's been almost a year. I ain't going into no woman. I'm good. But that's not it. And so when you are going through these different situations, these different things in life, you have to recognize that there's only one way to combat the very thing that you instinctively know is wrong. To combat the very things that's driving you crazy because you're not having it right now, right? And so in those moments, I literally have to stop and be like, man, you know what, man, let me go ahead and get into some of this word. Let me go ahead and put some headphones in and listen to some audios. Let me get up and do something, man, because it is very powerful. It's very powerful. You have to think, right? Everything that you've ever done in life, it always started and originated with a thought. Everything you've ever done in life, it has always originated from your thinking. It's been a thought that either you consciously or unconsciously have repeated over and over again until you took action. And this is the power of understanding why you are a spirit, and the words that I speak to you are spirit, and they give you life. So in order for you to be operating in a fullness, in the strength of who you are, to be able to combat certain things, you got to have word. That's the beauty of it all, kings and queens, man. I know that this is a topic that most people don't talk about. This is a subject that most people don't hit on, but this is how you overcome these things. This is how you find strength in the midst of your weak moments, because you are a spirit, and the only thing that can give your spirit strength is word. That's it. That literally, that's it. That's like, you know, the young woman who hit me up about marriage. You know what I mean? She was like, man, Drew, I just want that companionship. I just want that love. I just want, you know what I mean, to be touched by a man, not even sexually. You know, I just want to have that experience, you know, and so the only thing that I can give her is trust in the Lord, trust in the owner with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, acknowledge him in all your ways. Why? Because his plan is perfect for you. It says many are the plans in a man's heart, but the Lord, the owner's purpose will prevail. And the reason why we have to know these things is because if we got what we got when we wanted it, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be beneficial. It wouldn't be successful. Everything that I've ever experienced in life, when I got it at the right time, it always succeeded. Every time that I wanted something emotionally, naturally wanted to feel something because of my emotions, it always failed. It don't matter if it lasted for 5 years, it still failed. So the importance of understanding this is that it allows you to step out of your conscious mind and operate in your spiritual mindset. And this is why the word is so important, because it says that walk in the spirit. This is what my Uncle Paul taught me. He said, walk in the spirit that you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. He said, for the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. So this is why I said me versus me, because we're constantly battling with our own selves, right? Walk in the spirit that you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these two are contrary one to another, so that you may not do the things that you ought to do. When you understand how powerful that is, that's why emotionally, you may want something right now, but spiritually, you learn how to be patient and wait for the perfection of that thing. See, that's just like if you were baking a cake and you rush the process of baking a cake. That cake gonna go flat. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be spongy. It's gonna be dried out. It's gonna be the worst cake that you made. But if you operate in a principle of patience for that cake, it's gonna be the most beautiful cake. It's gonna be super spongy, super moist, and you're gonna be able to not only share it with yourself, but share it with other people, because that is how the laws work. When you understand patience, when you understand the process, when you understand everything that's happening, you get outside of the emotional desire for a thing, because it will control your entire life. It'll make you make hasty decisions. It'll make you make quick decisions. It'll make you make unplanned, unstructured, undesigned decisions that'll mess up not only your life, but the life of others. And so when you understand the only thing to combat that, right? The only thing that'll help you operate in those patience, the only thing that'll help you stay consistent, the only thing that'll help you keep from giving in to the lust of your flesh, right? Or the natural man, the only thing that'll do that is the spirit. And the only way to build up the spirit is the feeded word. It's like when I go to the gym every day, when I'm hitting my bench press, or when I'm hitting my squats, or when I'm hitting my curl or my tricep extension, right? I have to stay consistent in doing it. If I take 2 weeks off, when I go back, it'll feel like I took a whole year off, right? And so when you understand what I'm saying, you understand that you have to be consistent. There's so many people who do not have word in them. There's so many people who don't have the right information in them that allow them to be the best them, because they think that they're just this dirt suit. They think that they're just this dirt suit. You know what's so crazy about that idea, right? Let me say this, right? When we die, the natural man, when we die, right? You know what happens to the dirt suit? They throw it back into the dirt. Let me say that again. When we die, when the dirt suit dies, because the spirit is eternal, the spirit never dies. When we die, right? And you say, how, Drew? How does the spirit never die? Let me say this, right? When I was talking about everything starts with a thought and an idea. Look at Steve Jobs, right? Stephen Jobs created the idea of Apple, right? So he placed that in the earth. Right? He placed something eternal in the earth, right? And so when he died, naturally, his idea still exists. That's why we never die. We still talk about people like Martin Luther King. 2,000 plus years later, we still talk about Jesus Christ. We still talk about Plato's and Socrates. We still talk about Marcus Garvey's. We still talk about all of these individuals, because the spirit of that person did not die. The natural man died, but the spirit of that person did not die. So I hope I helped y'all to understand that, right? So when we die naturally, we take this dirt suit and we dump it back into the dirt. So that is saying that you are to never, ever value your worth by your dirt. Let me say that again. You are to never, ever value your worth by your dirt. Because if we can take this thing and dump it back into the dirt, that's telling you the true value of that. And so when you understand that the spirit man is who you are, the spirit man is what makes you great, the spirit man is what you are to value, the spirit man is what you are to cultivate, then you have found something that's priceless. That's why there'll never be another Andrew Clayborn on the earth. Just like there'll never be another you. But if your value is in your dirt, somebody will have a cute smile like yours. Somebody will have some pretty slanted eyes like yours. Somebody will have some thick eyebrows like yours. Somebody will have a bushy beard like yours. Somebody will have muscles like yours. Somebody will have waves like yours. Somebody will have long, pretty hair like yours. Somebody will have a big butt like yours. Somebody will have a slim waist like yours. Somebody will be busty like you. Somebody will have golden skin like you. So if your value is in your dirt, then that is why you're living a worthless life. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Because you put your value in something that goes back into the earth when it's done, period. So again, that's why I was telling you that the only thing to combat the thoughts of the natural self is the spiritual self. And so that's why most people who are successful in life are educated, because they have cultivated the very thing that they are. I was talking to King Keith Camp, and I was sharing with him, I said, man, the spirit who we are is basically just a whole combination of words, right? That's what the spirit, if you can imagine what the spirit look like, it'll just look like a shape that's just nothing but word. That's why our words are so powerful. That's why it says death and life is in the power of your tongue. That's why it says that my word shall not return unto me void. It shall prosper in the thing that I sent it to do. That's why it says that whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. That's why it says these things, because the words of who we are and the words that we speak out our mouth create life. So when you understand that, you begin to cultivate that side of you instead of this natural side of you. This natural side is only keeping, okay, let me say it like this. The engine of a car is the most important component of a car. Without the engine of a car, it will not work. So the engine of the car is the spirit of the car. The frame is beautiful. You can have a brand new S550 2016 Mercedes-Benz, right? But without the V8 engine inside that Benz or the spirit of the car, it is nothing. It is just a piece of metal sitting there. It is just a vehicle. It is the outer shell. We don't see the engine, right? The engine is on the inside, but the engine is what makes the whole car work. So what I'm saying to you is your spirit is the engine. Your body is just the outer workings. So when you understand that, you'll take care of the engine instead of washing up the rims that's on the car every day. You'll make sure you got an oil change. You'll make sure that you got a tune up. You'll make sure that everything in your spirit, man, or your engine is functioning properly. The only way that that can happen in this lifetime is by word, information, knowledge. When you understand that, you'll begin to cultivate the you. That's why I said me versus me, because the natural man just says wash the rims, meaning that just make sure that the body look good. The spirit man says, no, what I truly need is that you put this word in me so you can cultivate the very seed. You can cultivate the very seeds that's in me so you can become the best version of you. And so again, when I'm sitting at home and I'm chilling and ain't nobody around, and that natural man says, Drew, man, we know you practicing abstinence, player. We know you walking a life of celibacy. But, man, you can go ahead and turn on that little porno, rub a few off. You know what I mean? Won't nobody know. Look around, player. Ain't nobody around. But the spirit man is saying, nah, that's not right. Walk in the spirit that you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. See, without that, I have no strength. I have no power to combat that. I have no authority to combat that. And that is what people are experiencing on a daily basis. Why? Because when I give in and I rub one off and I'm like, and then I come back down and I'm like, dang, how did I do that, man? That conviction kick in. Like, man, Drew, come on, baby. You stronger than that, man. You more powerful than that, man. You got a purpose in this earth, man. You can't be doing that. You're supposed to be a reflection of the Father, man. You can't be doing. And you see how immediately after the natural man gets what it wants, it's only temporary. What the spiritual man wants to leave in the earth is eternal. It'll last forever. So when you're dealing with, I want to be married, or when you're dealing with, man, my finances is not right. When you're dealing with, things like that small voice in your natural conscious mind is talking about, you understand that the way to combat that and strengthen that is by word. That's it. That's it. Literally, that's it. It's nothing deeper than that. That's why, I told the young, the queen yesterday, who was asking me this information. I sent her Proverbs 31. You know what I mean? It says a virtuous woman, who can find her? For her worth is more greater than rubies. Why? Because she needs to know who she is. First and foremost, know who you are. That's what the importance of this whole conversation is know who you are. Your worth is not in your dirt. Again, we dump that back into the earth. We dump that back into the ground when it's all said and done for your life. So don't put your value in your dirt. Don't put your value in emotion of being touched. Don't put your value in emotion of getting one off or ejaculating or coming. Don't put your value in that. Put your value in the purpose for your spirit man and the reason why you're here in this earth. The only way that you can strengthen that is through word. That's why I study the word. That's why I listen to the word. That's why I read the word. Why? Because I understand that who I am, I'm a spirit man. And the whole spirit man is made up of words. Period, point blank. That's why y'all get on here. I'm not doing anything physically. I mean, I might give y'all a little smile here and there, but I'm not doing anything physically. What I'm saying is so moving. What I'm saying is so captivating. What I'm saying is so motivating that you understand that the power of who you really are is on the inside. And what I'm saying is truth. And that's why it's resonating with your spirit. But the only way for you to continue to grow in that is you got to put word in. You got to listen to audios that's encouraging that. That's why we got to be very, 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 very careful on the music we choose to listen to. Words. Words. People wonder why I don't listen to music. Because of the corruption of the words. I don't need something when I'm over here trying to keep my abstinence and my celibacy. I don't need something over here telling me like, man, Drew, don't she look good? Ain't that booty big? Look at her curves. Go hit it from behind. Like, I don't need that, man. I don't need that. Because those words one day are going to permeate in my soul. And I'm going to one day act on that thing. Because that's all I'm hearing. Like, woo, you right. Ooh, man, that song that Drake was talking about, I see something like that. Wow, man, woo, I wonder if she'd let me hit it from behind like his song was talking about. And so that's when you understand the true value of words. And so therefore, thank you, Father. You see that sun always kiss me in the morning. You know what I mean? I got to roll down the window a little bit more so y'all can see it. When you understand the power of the spirit of who you are, the only thing that builds that up is word. That's it. Information, knowledge, teaching you the greatness that's inside of you. I just happen to read the basic instruction before leaving earth. Other people call it the Bible. But that's what I choose to read, and other information that's centered around those principles and laws that have caused me to become the best version of myself. That's it. But you have that same thing inside of you, kings and queens. It's not about religion. It's not about you saying that you're a Muslim. It's not about you saying that you're a Buddhist. It's not about you saying that you're a Hindu. It's not about you saying even that you're a Christian. The Bible was written for mankind. Just like you got a manual in your glove compartment to tell you how your car works. Just like you got a manual when you got that PlayStation 4. Just like you got a manual to teach you how to build that entertainment system. Just like a contractor gets the manual or gets a blueprint to build that building, the Bible to me is the manual to life. It's teaching me principles how to be a better father, teaching me principles on how to be a better king. It's teaching me principles on how to be a better leader. It's teaching me principles on how to be a better lover. It's teaching me principles on finances. It's teaching me principles on planning. I guess I go to the word. But I understand that the spirit of who I am, consists of words. And the only way that I can back those hard times in life, those times that say that you want to give up, you know what pops in my mind? Fight the good fight of faith. When I'm doubting myself, you know what I mean? As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. Oh, shoot, let me correct that. Immediately. Why? Because I have something to combat that. When that natural mind starts saying like, man, Drew, you ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean? Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. You You know what I mean? When I'm dealing with a situation that I don't even know how to get out of, or I'm wanting to go to a different place in life, be not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by renewing of your mind. Okay, well, that means I need to build my mind up. I need to transform my mind in. I need to literally establish the thoughts that I'm supposed to have to get to that place in life. It's literally word. That's how you get from point A to point B. That's how your faith grows. That's how your belief grows. Faith comes by hearing. Hearing what word? Listen, I don't make this up. I just understand that it's principles. These are not scriptures. These are laws. These are precepts. When you apply them to your life, they work immediately. But that's why I said it is me versus me. So it is you versus you. Whatever it is that you are experiencing in life, the trying hard times, the hardships, the struggles, if it's happening in the natural and it's keeping you from becoming a better you, the reason why it has the authority and power to do that, because you have no word to combat it. That's it. You have no word to combat it. Man, Drew, you ain't no great father. That's a lie. You know what I mean? I was given the same title as the creator, father, which is Abba, which is source, which is sustainer. So if he gave me his same title, I have the same capabilities to be able to be a great father to my children. You know what I mean, Drew? You gonna struggle being a husband. That's a lie. As long as I do what the word says, it says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So when you understand that you have to have word, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, you have to have something to combat the natural mind. The natural mind is saying that as the only greatness that you have in you is to go and live out somebody else's dream by working for somebody else's dream. That's a lie. It says a man's gift make room for him and bring him before great men. So I am supposed to operate in my gift that makes room for me financially, that brings me before other kings. So when I see examples of that in the world, I'm seeing the principle in operation. But if the mindset, the natural mindset says that, well, my mommy worked a job, or my dad worked a job, or my grandmother worked a job, or my aunts and uncles worked a job, even though I see that it never amounted to pretty much nothing, you know what I mean? It just probably provided them with a decent living, you know what I mean? Maybe a 401k, but I have a desire that's in me to own my own business. It says that I, God, give you the power to produce wealth. Again, you have to have these words to combat this natural mind. You have to, kings and queens. And when you understand the value of that, when you understand the true nature of who you are, when you understand the power of you, you begin to place in word information, knowledge that allow you to operate in the fullness of who you are. Well, Drew, man, you know what I mean? You just a black man in the earth, and this is a white man's world. That's a lie. He said, I created you in the same image and likeness of me, and I told you and commanded you to have dominion over the birds of the air, the fish of the sea, over the cattle, over all things that creep upon the ground, over all the earth. Be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth, replenish the earth. I'm constantly hearing that when that mindset is saying, Drew, you just a black man in a white man's world. That's a lie. That's a lie. But if I did not have that, look how easy it is for me to accept that, how easy it is for me to operate in that, and how easy it is for me to go live that out, even though I'm an owner, even though I'm a CEO, even though I'm a king, even though I'm a boss, even though I can create jobs. Look how easy it is to say that, man, we out here, man, in all this unemployment, man. I can't find no job, man. Oh, listen, I have the ability to produce and increase. I have the ability to reproduce the gift. I have the ability to have dominion over my area of gifting. You have the same thing, kings and queens. But if you don't have the word to combat that natural mind that's telling you to give up, that's telling you to throw in the towel, that's telling you that you're worthless. No, he said that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're not worthless. But if that's all you have is the ideas that you're worthless, that's all you'll ever produce is worthless fruit. So when you understand this, kings, when you get this concept, queens, you will start looking at yourself beyond your skin, beyond your lips, beyond your nose, beyond your eyes, beyond your eyebrows, beyond the length of your hair, beyond your curves. You'll start looking within yourself and find the true you. And you'll begin to cultivate that with information, with words that builds you up, that causes you to be great, because that is the only thing that is going to combat those thoughts that are trying to destroy you. That's the only thing that you have, kings and queens. If you are not operating in that principle, if you're not fulfilling the reason and purpose of why you're here, then the only thing that you're going to get is those thoughts that try to destroy you every single day. You see the images on TV every day. I come from the African American community, and every image that I basically see on TV is a degrading image. But I know that I'm not from this earth. I know that I'm not, my spirit came from a different planet. It came from a different country. I'm literally a citizen of a different country. I just was given legal authority in this earth to live out the purpose, the reason why I'm here. But I understand that I'm a king. That's why I call you kings and queens, because I want you to know who you truly are. I want you to know what the Creator says about you, not what the world says about you. You a nappy-headed little black girl. No, you're not. You're a dirty little white boy. No, you're not. You're a wetback Hispanic. No, you're not. You're a child of the King. And he said, if you're a son, then an heir. You understand what I'm saying? You're heir to something. That means that you have royalty in your DNA. You have royalty in your blood. You are literally here to live out a divine assignment that will change the earth for the best. You have that inside of you, but it starts with your thinking. As a man think in his heart, so is he. Or as you believe, so shall it be. Or what you think about, you bring about. Get it? Got it? Good. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is a terrific Tuesday. This episode was me versus me. I pray that it blessed you guys, man. I love you guys. But remember, it's not a look, it's a lifestyle. Because we do this every day, not to impress people, but to leave an impression on the earth. We're taking donations right now, man, to build this movement. We want everybody to be a part of it. I know, man, y'all listen to me every single day, man, but I want y'all to be involved in some way, man. If it's just $1, if it's 1,000, if it's 10,000, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I want y'all to be able to be a part of this, man. I want everybody to say, man, we did this. Not Andrew Clayborn did this. We did this together, man. And so we taking donations. You can hit me up in my email, Andrew D. Clayborn, that's CLAYBORN, the original, no I, no E, Andrew D. Clayborn at gmail.com. You can inbox me for instructions, or you can DM me as I put this on Instagram. I love you guys, man. If y'all joined late, man, go back and watch the whole video, man, and pray that it bless you. Peace.